Oh.
Is it my screen is visible? Okay, thank you. So good evening, dear participants. So welcome to a 6-day national level workshop online mode on effective filing of NAAC AQAR streamlining institutional performance. So this is an annual process. We have to submit AQAR report to NAAC for all NAAC accredited institutions that we are calling as HES, higher education institutions. Today in this session, I'm going to present about how to filing the 6 criteria, which is governance, leadership, and management. So outline of my presentation. So I'm going to present about the AQAR 6 criteria and standard operating procedure, how to evaluation process is done with respect to the data what we have given, and autonomous benchmarks, and I'm comparing with affiliated benchmarks also. Let me continue. So this is overall metrics and key indicators across all the criteria. So total we have 7 criteria for both affiliated as well as autonomous colleges. And the total number of key indicators here I've kept 32 and 34 for autonomous, 32 for affiliated. Quality metrics, which is 22 and 35, which required the qualitative description in terms of 200 words. And QNMs, which are 34 and 50 for affiliated and autonomous respectively. So which requires the quantifiable metrics in terms of numbers they are going to receive. And the total metrics with respect to affiliated and autonomous, which are 56 and 85 respectively. Let me continue the 6th criteria. So the key indicators are 5 with respect to affiliated colleges as well as autonomous colleges, and qualitative metrics, which are 10 with respect to affiliated and whereas 9 autonomous colleges. What is the one difference? I'll let you know. And coming to quantitative metrics, both are 6, and total metrics for affiliated, which are 16, whereas autonomous, which are 15. And before going to start each and every one in detail, let me continue with the key indicator. Here, the already mentioned the key indicators: institutional vision and leadership, strategy development deployment, faculty empowerment strategies, financial management and resource mobilization, internal quality assurance system, that is nothing but IQAC. So let me give some small introduction about each key indicator, then I'll go for in detail about each one. So coming to the first one, institutional vision and leadership. Institutional vision and leadership are important criteria for the National Assessment and Accreditation Council. For AQAR, the AQAR assess an institutional ability to articulate its vision, mission, and goals, and how effectively it is led towards achieve them. And strategy development and deployment with respect to 6.2. So the strategy development and deployment process in NAAC AQAR criteria involves identifying goals and objectives, analyzing internal and external factors, formulating a plan, implementing the plan, and evaluating the results. The key to successful deployment is effective communication and collaboration among all stakeholders involved in the process. And coming to faculty empowerment, which is third key indicator, the faculty empowerment strategies refer to the methods used by institutions to enhance the skills and abilities of the teaching staff. And the fourth one, financial management resource mobilization. The financial management and resource is one of the key criteria in the NAAC AQAR report, which assesses the effectiveness of financial planning, budgeting, and resource allocation in higher education institutions. The criteria evaluate the institution's ability to manage the financial resources effectively and efficiently towards achieving its goals and objectives. And finally, internal quality assurance system. So is a mechanism used by educational institutions, which is mandatory for NAAC institutions to ensure quality in their functioning. It is achieved through IQAC constituted by the college or the university. So coming to weightage, if we can see for the affiliated and autonomous, in my presentation, you can observe for the key indicator 1 is both are same. For key indicator 2, for affiliated it's 12 and autonomous it is 10 in terms of number of points. And coming to faculty empowerment strategies, 33 for affiliated and 30 for autonomous. And for financial, 10 for affiliated and 15 for autonomous, whereas IQAC both are having equal weightage. And total weightage for 6 criteria with respect to AQAR is 100 points, and as well as SSR also 100 points. Now let me continue in detail about the each and every metric. So now I'm going to present each and every metric with respect to QLM as well as QNM. So coming to QLM, I'll just describe about how to describe each QLM and what are the uploads we need to be uploaded for filing AQR. And let me start about the first key indicator, which is institutional vision and leadership. Under that, the 6.1.1, the governance of the institution is reflective of an effective leadership in tune with the vision and mission of the institution. Actually, governance, leadership, and management, this completely rounds around the policies, procedures in the institution, what they're following to achieve their vision. So coming to the first point, vision, mission, and quality. So the vision and mission for the institution must be articulated. So the governing body, which is established in accordance with UGC guidelines, the GB, the governing body should ensure all the decisions about admission, budget, infrastructure, teaching learning process, administration, placements, they all should be aligned with the institution's vision, mission, and quality policy. And the GB, which I'm calling as governing body, it is a highest decision-making body. It should meet 2 to 3 times per year, and the meeting of the minutes must be recorded and must be displayed and must be disseminated to all the stakeholders. The governance approach of the GB should be truly democratic, that is participatory and decentralized and transparent, and it should promote participation of all stakeholders for smooth functioning of the college. The governing body or the governance of the institution must ensure the involvement and contribution of all senior faculty by constituting various academic and administrative committees. So I'm just giving few committees list here, like finance committee, board of studies, and training and placement, like IQAC, etc. In detail, I'll go in the next metric. And for the academic and administrative committees, we have to strengthen here. To strengthen the administration, senior faculty members are deputed to attend various capability building programs. So they have to train and they have to involve in these committees. And the various committees which comes under this decentralization, I'll let you know in the next metric. So the governance constantly, like GB or the committees, they have to constantly monitor the quality of the courses. This is to make sure everything is up to date, on par with the expectations, like it should be on par with the vision. It is done through IQAC, which conducts recurrent audits and provides training for faculty and staff, as well as taking students' feedback to make a constant evaluation of pedagogy. And coming to here, they asked about the governance of the institution is nothing but the main decision body, as we discussed, is governing body. So in the file description, upload any additional information is nothing but, so we have to upload the GB constitution as well as the other committees which are working for the smooth functioning of the institution. And we can paste the link for additional information which may be available in the website. Why? Because all the function of these committees minutes will be recorded and that should be kept in the website for the transparency. So this is what uploaded and additional information with respect to 6.1.1. And coming to 6.1.2, so which is effective leadership is reflected in various institutional practices such as decentralization and participative management. So here the same as like the committees like GB and other committees, how they're going to work, like the practices for decentralization and participative management. So let me explain about here. Here the management should operate using decentralization or decentralized mode and collaborative mode. This enables a participatory style of governance and encourages inclusivity. Decentralization helps the management by delegating administrative and academic responsibility to various heads, as well as deans and senior faculty. So the objective promotes inclusiveness and participatory style of all the members in the functioning of the college. As a part of this governance structure, the management delegates administrative and academic decision making to the principal and academic heads for smooth operation of the institutional activities. So decentralization helps in delegating both decision-making and financial powers to principals, deans, and various heads. And the institution should also include all the stakeholders while framing various guidelines, policies to fortify systematic function of the college. And actually, there are several committees with respect to the apex bodies. So that can be categorized into 2 categories. One we are calling as statutory, other one we are calling as non-statutory. So the statutory bodies are the statutory committees, as well as non-statutory committees. They have to meet regularly, or the frequency of the meeting depends on the type of the committee. The minutes should be recorded and that should be disseminated to all the committee members as well as the stakeholders. And let me show you the few committees where the people like principals, deans, control of examinations, associate deans, and HODs, and other senior faculty, they are going to involve and they are going to formulate the rules and regulations, academic development, and all co-curricular and extracurricular activities. So here I'm presenting the statutory committees, the governing body, academic council, board of studies, and finance committee. So these are the statutory committees. And coming to non-statutory committees, so that depends on purely with respect to the institutional functioning. So few important committees here I have listed. So one is planning and evaluation committee, grievance redressal committee, examination, admission, library, IQAC, internal complaints committee, which is a very important and mandatory for ACTE, academic audit committee, SC/ST committee, training and placement committee, student welfare and extracurricular activities committee, alumni committee, center for innovation and entrepreneurship, transport committee, timetable committee, and here few more publication, anti-ragging, women grievance redressal, results committee, sports and game committee, and so many are there. So as per the smooth function of the college, we can constitute these committees and we have to make them active functioning throughout the academic year. And few more here, industry institute interaction cell, disciplinary committee, research and development committee, college selection committee, etc. Here I have presented total 28 committees with respect to, so Vardhaman, here I have presented. So as per the other institutions, they can form other few more committees also. And let me continue the second key indicator, which is strategy development and deployment. So coming to the strategy development deployment, so as I mentioned in non-statutory committee, so one of the committees planning and evaluation committee. So planning evaluation committee has a responsibility to prepare the strategic plan. So what do you mean by strategic plan? Means strategic plan which gives suitable advice for the administration to execute the plan towards the vision. Actually, the college or the institute must envision a long-term, well-defined the course of action for 5 consecutive years. You may take the 5 consecutive years from either this year or the previous years. So as per the Vardhaman policy, we already completed one strategic plan and we are in the second phase of strategic plan. So we have prepared strategic plan, which is 2016-17 to 2021, which are 5 years. The plan was and we have taken some key areas to articulate this plan, like institutional holistic development, infrastructure development, strengthening faculty, research, student career development cell, academic excellence, and examination reforms. And at the same time, the next strategic plan, we have identified the key areas like governance, human resources, research, administration, like training, interaction, exploration, development, and building connections, etc. So we have to articulate some plan which will work for 5 years. So that can be framed in terms of the objective with respect to each key area. So to achieve that objective, we should have an action plan. So for the action plan, if you implement, what are the targets and what are the metrics we have to do? So we have to fix the timeline for each target. So as per the timeline, we have to achieve. Once that is achieved, the proof can be treated as a deployment document. So that should be uploaded in the website. As you can see in the file description, strategic plan and deployment documents on the website. Actually, in the strategic plan, what are the objectives we have set in the key areas? So what are the action plans we have implemented to get that, to get that outcome? And what is the target with respect to that objective and what timeline we are following to achieve that objective? So all these things, once we have achieved this, those outcomes must be in terms of the documented proof we have to upload in the website. That is what we are calling as deployment documents. That is strategy plan and deployment documents. That should be kept in the website and the link can be given here. And coming to 6.2.2, here the point is the functioning of the various institutional bodies is effective and efficient as visible from the policies, administrative setup, appointment, service rules, and procedures. So coming to this metric, the college should follow a well-defined organizational structure which showing individuals for different undertakings and the degrees of oversight. Here we can say that statutory and non-statutory committees are in place to administer various activities related to academic and administrative execution, which I already told you, comprising of principal, deans, COE, associate deans, and other senior faculty members. And here, as they told about organogram, we need to be uploaded here. So organogram is nothing but organizational structure. So the college should follow a well-defined organizational structure, which showing the people responsible for various tasks and the levels of supervision. So as already mentioned, the super decision body is the governing body. Under governing body, we have a principal, and under principal, we have the deans and HODs and other functioning bodies we have to mention. So that clear organogram we have to kept in the website. As per the organogram, the people has to work. And coming to here, so the functioning of these effective and efficient bodies, that is institutional bodies, again we are coming here with respect to statutory and non-statutory committees. As already mentioned, the statutory committees is nothing but governing body, academic council and board of studies and finance committee as per the UCC norms, as well as few more committees of non-statutory bodies. So they have to be compromising of the principals, deans, COE, associate deans, heads, and other senior faculty members. So they have to form their rules and regulations, academic development, and all co-curricular and extracurricular activities. And finally, the governance of the college is more participatory by including all stakeholders, and that all should be led by the governing body or the board of governors. Some institutions they call as board of governors. And the college also gives equal attention to social responsibility as well as to promote and contribute to suitable socio-economic development. So finally, the institution will lead to holistic development of students' personality. Now I'll move on to the next strategic key indicator. So before going to next key indicator, so here the 6.2.3 implementation of e-governance in the areas of operation. As per SSR, we have one more is here like planning and development, but here they have given the 4 areas of operation, like one is administration, second one is finance and accounts, and the third one is student admission and support, fourth one is examination. So here, what are the e-resources we are going to use in the college that should be listed. And at the same time, we have to provide the screenshot of those e-resources user interfaces as well as. At the same time, whatever the e-resources we have bought to implement this e-governance, that should be reflected in audited statements. So those are the proofs for this QNM. And coming to administration, as far as Vardhaman concerned, so we have the Microsoft Campus License Agreement and SMS to disseminate information to all the stakeholders, including students, and security with respect to biometric, as well as for the students as well as faculty, and student fee reimbursement, some software for scholarship. So like this we are using, and for the financial we are using Tally. And coming to student admission and support, so we have a student corner at student portal we have, and for library management system and some Binder, Edmodo, Vardhaman chartboard, like so many e-resources are there, and that need to be buy. And there, how we are going to use those interfaces must we have screenshot to upload for this QNM. And coming to examination, so the examination portal where the students can access about the results as well as the examination schedules, as like a previous question papers, what is the material with respect to the examination they can access. So that college examination portal, which are all e-resources I'm telling. So online degree verification for the passed out students, and some more like some assessment tools like Moodle, Turnitin, CoCubes, ANCAD assessment. So these are the e-resources which we have used under this each category of e-governance. So all these e-resources must be listed in the 6.2.3 as given in the format. So one prescribed template is given. In that template, we have to fill all these details. And at the same time, for each resource, whatever we are using, so that how we are going to use that user interface description with one screenshot, we have to provide for each resource. And at the same time, so if you are buying these softwares, then that amount should be reflected in audited statements. The 3 are the evidences for this 6.2.3, which is a QNM. I'll move on to the next key indicator, which is faculty empowerment and strategies. As I already mentioned, so 6.3.1, which is a QLM. The institution has effective welfare measures for teaching, non-teaching staff, for the career development and progression. So here, employees are viewed as the greatest asset by the administration. Some of the welfare measures in the institution must provide the promotions, increments based on self-appraisal, cash awards, and certification of appreciation for academic excellence, incentive for publications, research articles, financial support to faculty to conduct guest lectures, conferences, seminars, workshops, and FDPs. So all these I'm listing under faculty welfare measures. And we can also provide free transport or medical insurance, EPF, pay commission recommendations as per the norms of ACT. So we may recommend some annual memberships for Indian professional bodies like IEEE, ISTE, IET, etc. And incentive schemes to take up research activities and TADA for attending conferences, seminars, workshops, special incentives for the best research work, seed money for research projects, sports, gym and yoga facilities in the institution, ATM facilities in the campus, and gift to employees on their birthdays, occasions, time-bound increments to faculty as well as non-teaching staff and gratuity with respect to time-bound. In addition, the college also provide the various leave benefits like casual leaves, special leaves, medical leaves, maternity leaves, and special casual leaves. And they may provide academic leave to attend seminars, some symposiums, workshops organized by outside of the institution. On-duty leave can be given to faculty for representing college for administrative work or to present the research work. And medical leaves, maternity leaves. So these are what I have listed are some of the welfare measures for teaching as well as non-teaching staff. And coming to here, the file description they have given like strategic plan and deployment documents on the website, paste link for additional information. But we can upload strategic plan and deployment documents we already kept in the website with respect to 6.2.1. So for here, additionally, so what are the policies with respect to the teaching welfare measures, teaching or non-teaching staff welfare measures? So all the policy documents we can upload in the website. The same link we can provide. So for the additional information, we can give like the medical insurance, whatever we have providing for the faculty as an evidence we can upload, and all the leave rules, like what we can call it as the policy documents. So that can be uploaded in the website, as well as we can upload directly into NAAC portal also. These are the some of the documents we can upload as a evidence for 6.3.1. Let me come to 6.3.2. It is a QNM. So the number of teachers provided with financial support to attend conferences, workshops towards payment of member fee for professional bodies during the year. So this is a QNM. So we have to provide in terms of the academic year, name of the teacher. So we have to provide a PAN number. So name of the conference, workshops attended for which financial support to be provided, and name of the professional body which membership fee is provided. This already I told one of the welfare measures, and the amount of support we have extended to the faculty in terms of financial support. So these details we have to provide in the Excel format. That is what they have given like the template. But finally, they have counted the number of faculty who got supported with financial support. So if how many number of faculty they get benefited, what is the point they are going to get, that are described in the terms of benchmarks and SOP in the next slides. Let me continue. Coming to the next one, 6.3.3. This is also QNM, which is number of professional development administrative training programs organized by the institute for its teaching and non-teaching staff during the year. So coming to here, this is also QNM. So they are going to provide one template, one prescribed template, which contains the details like year, title of the professional development program organized, title of the training program organized for non-teaching staff, the duration from to, and the number of participants. Actually, we have to provide supporting document for this. In addition to this Excel, we have to upload the supporting documents like the proofs for the program which we have conducted. The proof should contain the brochure of the event or the acceptance letter from the approval authority to organize, the resource person details, some few glimpses with the geo-tagged photos, and the feedback form of the event we can conduct, the amount that we have spent, that is also we can show. So the participants feedback form, So all these together, we can make it as a single document, and that can be uploaded in the form of a report stating that evidence for the program is conducted. And coming to 6.3.4, which is the number of teachers who have undergone online or face-to-face faculty development program during the year. This is 6.3.4, which is again QLM. So they're going to provide the template to upload the template which contains the academic year, number of teachers who have attended, so title of the professional development program, date, duration from to. So for this, in addition to this prescribed XLL, we have to provide the details like the participation certificate we have to provide as an evidence for this. So if we have given the number of faculty who have attended for a particular program during so and so date, then we have to submit all the faculty participation certificates as a proof of evidence. Let me continue. 6.3.4, which is a QLM. Sorry, which is 6.3.5, which is a QLM. So actually, this is not for autonomous college. This metric is only for affiliated college. So the point is institutional performance appraisal system for teaching and non-teaching staff. So we have to discuss in terms of 200 words. Actually, not only affiliated. So this practice is mandatory for all the institutions, autonomous, universities, and affiliated as well as. Here, the institution must focus and believes that an effective performance appraisal system is vital for optimizing the contribution of individual faculty and also its alignment towards institutional vision and mission. So here we have to aim for the self-growth of the faculty. The appraisal system is based on stipulated criteria and parameters. Actually, the parameters may be included TLP, that is teaching learning process, R&D, research and development, extension, outreach activities. We can give separate weightage for each parameter or each criteria. So the performance appraisal is being assessed annually based on submission of self-appraisal report by the employees. This should undergo several reviews. After the reviews, based on the report, suggestions on areas of improvement should be communicated to the faculty. The faculty, based on their score achieved, so his or her annual performance would would be based on the regularity, punctuality, and sincerity. And the most compromises the responsibilities and respect staff in terms of regularity in attendance, upgradation of qualification, the number of training programs they have attended, and upgraded the skill development during the tenure. So key strengths and the staff force. So all these parameters we can assess even non-teaching faculty also. So for this QLM, we can upload the API form on which parameters we are assessing the faculty on the non-teaching staff. And we, as a proof of evidence, we can upload the consolidated document of all the faculty who has assessed during that year. And let me continue. This is fourth key indicator in sixth criteria, which is financial management and resource mobilization. So this is the first one is again QLM, institutional conducts internal and external financial audits regularly. So to render the foresight, the institution has a strong financial management system. The institution conducts regular internal audits by the authorized and recognized auditors. All expenditure incurred by the college is maintained by college accounts department and duly submitted to government from time to time. After thorough review, the state government approves the expenditure made by the institute. The college must have a finance committee. This is most important, which is one of the statutory committee. The finance committee reviews the financial planning periodically. The finance committee acts as an advisory body to governing body on matters of finances related to institution. The institution accounts are audited both internal and external auditors to ensure financial compliance. The third-party qualified auditors prepare the institution level budget for every assessment year and present it to the governing body for further proceedings. The finance committee reviews the income and expenditure statement and reports same to the governing body for further recommendations and action plan. Optimal utilization and execution of the budget is monitored through internal and external auditing. So the annual budget for institute is prepared and proposed at the beginning of financial year. for recurring and non-recurring potential income and expenditure involved for the year. Actually, the important thing here is mobilization of funds. So what is the income and what percentage of income we have to spend for salaries, which is a major part, and what percentage of amount we have to spend for development of the college. That should be written in terms of the policy, what we are calling as funds mobilization policy. The primary source is through collection of tuition fees. In addition, we have also revenue generated through financial grants obtained through external research projects and through consultancy works that should be carried out by the faculty. And the grants received through research projects as well as consultancy must also be audited in audit statements. And we have to perform both internal audits as well as external audits. So internal audits is with qualified and certified internal auditors appointed to the audit on regular basis. The college auditors conduct the audit account quarterly, and they have to scrutinize and verify all payments, receipts, and maintain vouchers of the transaction or cash books or ledger account and all bank accounts in every financial year. The auditors prepare and submit the income and expenditure statements, that what we are calling as a balance sheet, and depreciation statements. All government scholarships and funds received from government as grants are audited separately by the auditor appointed by the government. The financial statements are published on the college website. This is most mandatory thing. We are also called as mandatory disclosure that should be kept on the website, and the shared with various statutory and regulatory bodies. So this will say about the college follows a transparent system. Now for this 6.4.1, so we have to upload the information like the audited statements for the financial year, as well as the link means the audited statements which we have kept on the website, that link we can give as an evidence. And coming to 6.4.2, which is a QNM. So this is the funds we have received from NGOs, that is non-governmental organizations or individuals or philanthropists. And here they have given one described template, so which contains the year, name of the non-government funding agency, funds or grants received, and the initiative towards we have received the fund. So actually this same metric is existing already in third criteria also. If there we have mentioned few not NGOs means the same NGOs we should not mention here. That is the most important point we have to mention. If we are not claiming there, then we can claim those funds in this particular metric, which is 6.4.2. And here the number of NGOs, how much amount we have received, so that we have to mention this template. And the proof of evidence is the amount which we have received, so that documents we can upload. Now coming to 6.4.3, which is again a QLM, so which is the institutional strategies for mobilization of funds and optimal utilization of resources. Here we have to upload the mobilization of funds policy that we have to write with respect to the institution. So here funds may be through fee, faculty projects, as I already mentioned, or from consultancy. So the research projects, proposals, and consultancy amounts we have to maintain as a separate account. These funds are utilized for research and laboratory development for the benefit of students. The institutional budget is prepared by the principal and the team. Every year they have to take into consideration for recurring and non-recurring expenditure. So all the administrative and academic heads are requested to submit the budget required for subsequent financial years. All the major financial transactions are analyzed and verified by the GB governing body, and the different heads like R&D, training and placement, software and internet charges, library, journals, repair and maintenance, printing and stationery, equipment and consumables, furniture and fixtures. The nature of the institution, it has a limited scope for fund mobilization. And coming to the next key indicator, which is internal quality assurance system. So the first one, 6.5.1, which is a QLM. So the IQAC has contributed significant for institutionalization quality assurance strategies and processes visible in terms of increment improvements made during the preceding year with regard to quality. In case of first cycle, incremental improvements made during the preceding year with regard to quality and post-accreditation quality initiative. So here we have to describe within 200 words. Now let me go with the description about this. What is 6.5.1? The IQAC, Internal Quality Assurance Cell, must provide the monitor of maintenance of desired level of quality, imparting education to students by taking utmost care through well-defined curriculum, teaching learning process, and assessments. The IQAC of the institution is a cell which continuously monitors the quality practices and ensures that all the institutional academic policies are thoroughly followed as prescribed by apex bodies. So the primary responsibility of IQAC is to initiate, plan, and supervise various activities that are obligatory to increase the quality of the education imparted in the college. The role of IQAC in maintaining quality standards in teaching learning process evaluation, which is more crucial. So the cell strategically ensures the quality of teaching learning practices through stringent initiatives and measures taken, such as faculty self-appraisal. I already told you faculty API. So FDPs, training programs for non-teaching workshops and OBE, conference educational reforms, setting quality benchmarks, key performance indicators, auditing and impact mentoring, and academic and administrative audit. First, the IQAC monitors the continuous improvement of the quality in academic processes. The best practices and benchmark process of the college are key performance indicators. A few parameters on which the quality is measured are the academic performance of the students, success rate of the students, academic audits, number of publications done, and the quality of the journals in which they are published, the number of faculty awarded with PhDs, and the number of funded research projects, total grants received, patents applied and granted. Besides these, also given to consultancy works and faculty contribution to writing books. And the main thing is IQAC has to set the quality benchmarks for the institution as well as the department level, as well as the faculty level, as well as the student level. This writer we can describe for 6.5.1, and we can upload the IQAC constitution as well as the significant contributions of IQAC. Now I'll move on to the next metric, which is 6.5.2, which is QLM. The institution reviews its teaching learning process, structures, and methodologies of operation and learning outcomes at periodic levels through IQAC as per the norms. The institution grows, improves over time by monitoring effectiveness of its teaching learning practices and methodologies. The process is continuously monitored by IQAC. In addition, the IQAC also initiates necessary steps to measure the quality of education through regular and continuous follow-up of actions. The role and the roles and responsibilities of the IQAC committee are the same as defined by the NAAC. So the institution TLP need to be described like choice-based credit system, curriculum, credits, the curriculum exposed to students for global learning courses and program assessments like CVOs, TVOs by doing auditors, and question paper quality with Bloom's level by doing some audits. So thus the institution reviews its teaching learning process, structures, and methodologies of operations and learning outcomes at periodic levels through IQAC. So here we can upload the academic audit forms as a part of evidence. Now I'll move on to the next metric, which is 6.5.3, which is quality assurance initiatives of the institution. Here it's a QNM. So we have to opt any one of like A, B, C, D, E. So the first one is regular meeting of IQAC. So actually the frequency meeting of IQAC normally for that may be the before starting of the semester and end of the semester, as well as the even semester also starting and ending, like 4 meetings we can conduct. So the frequency we may take it as a 4, and feedback we have to collect and analyze, and that should be used for improvement of the institution for faculty with respect to teaching learning process and collaborative quality initiatives with other institutions. So that is the events we are conducting in collaborating with other institutions, and participation in NRF and also other quality audit organized by state, national, international agencies such as ISO. So we may opt any one of that. So depends on the what the IQAC have done at institutional level, like A, B, C, D, or E. Now, for this, the proof of evidence is upload e-copies of accreditations and certifications, upload the details of quality assurance initiatives, and upload any additional other information. So we can upload e-copies of all accreditations and certifications, and all IQAC significant contributions we can upload as an evidence. Now with this, I just completed all the metrics with the description. So whatever I have given, all the words is nothing but description about all the QLMs. And I just want to mention in the sixth criteria, out of 16 metrics, so most of 12 are QLMs, only few are the QLMs. So that's why the description we have to give more about each metric. Now I'll move on to standard operating procedure. This is recently released by NAAC. So the standard operating procedure as well as benchmarks released for both affiliated colleges and autonomous colleges by NAAC recently. So here I have mentioned, so what is the document required for verification and specific instructions to HES while you are uploading these metric details. So they have given, we can go with this and according to that we can upload. So this is already the website and I already mentioned at the time of describing about this metric, the same thing for 6.3.2 and 6.3.3. And this is about 6.4.2, which is also available in the website. This is also the same thing, which is QNM. Now I'll move on to the benchmarks. So I already mentioned, so for the benchmarks, we can quantify. So that they are given 1, 2, 3, 4. A is, if all options are there, we can keep A. If we got A, we'll get 4 points for 6.2.3. Like this, the assessment will be done. And for 6.3.2, so this is greater than or equals to 50. So greater than or equals to is nothing but 50%. So what does it mean is the 6.3.2, the percentage of teachers provided financial support to attend conference or workshops, that is the all regular faculty, the what are the number you have kept in the extended profile part. So out of that N number, if more than 50% of the faculty got financial support, then we are going to get the 4 point. And relatively, if we get 40 to 50% faculty, 25 to 40% faculty, like that it will continue. So as per the percentage of faculty who have benefited with financial support too, according to that, we are going to get points like 4, 3, 2, 1 like that. Similarly, the percentage of teachers who have undergone face-to-face faculty development program. So if more than 50% faculty, they have attended for the faculty development program, then we have to produce evidence like the participation certificates, then we'll get 4 point out of 4. So coming to 6.4.2, similarly, funds and grants received from government bodies, actually this is nothing but in terms of lakhs. So if we get this one more than 20, so we are going to get 4 points. Like quality assurance initiatives also, they have given like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So A is nothing but all the above, B is nothing but any 4, any 3 like that we have. So if we get A, B, C, D according to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which we have completed or accomplished, then we are going to get 4, 3, 2, 1 respectively. So this is how they are going to assess the benchmarks with respect to QNMs. So with this, I'm just to wind up my presentation. So thank you everyone. If any queries, please. If no more queries, thank you everyone.
Good evening, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am, please.
This is Bharati from Sri Venkateshwara College of Engineering.
Tell me, ma'am.
Actually, we are telling about AAA, that is Administrative and Academic Audit.
Yes, ma'am.
So, what kind of preparation can be done before this audit? In the sense, how to concentrate on which factor we have to concentrate more on this external audit, EAAA.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, actually, academic and administrative audit has to be done either annually or 3 years once or 5 years once. Actually, academic audit has to be done internally. Administrative audit also be done internally. So annually, we have to do internal audits. Once our side everything is perfect, then we can go for external audit. So external audit duration is annual or 3 years once or 5 years once as per the norms of NAAC. So what kind of preparation means? Academic audit means actually we are auditing the teaching learning process. So teaching learning process, how we are going to audit is purely the number of courses what we are going to audit with respect to the course files or the schedule or the curriculum. So all the parameters we had audit annually or the semester wise. Once that audit is perfect at institution level, then we go for external audit, ma'am. So the team must be the external members who are expertise in that. And before they are coming, so we have to be ready and we should have a form with the academic and administrative audit form, so that they're going to assess and they are going to provide the report.
So we have to prepare a separate format for our academic audit internally and for an administrative also, and that has to be authenticated by the external people.
External team.
External team.
So,
okay.
yes, ma'am.
Madam, the external team, is it from other colleges or how do we do it, madam?
Ma'am, that team can be formed from other institutions, ma'am, which are actually better than our institution, we can call. If they may be expertise, the people may be expertise from other reputed colleges, then we can call them. So they will share their expertise at our institution, so we can get the best practice what they're following also.
Oh, thank you, madam. Thank you, madam.
Yes, ma'am. Any more queries?
And I think they don't have any queries. And thank you for the session, ma'am, for explaining various QLMs and QNMs and importance of the governing body and how the stakeholders can be involved in all the criteria and various committees of statutory and non-statutory bodies, and how the institute can be responsible for social activities and it can have the overall development in all aspects, and how the welfare measures are going to be helpful in getting this AQAR process, and how those things have to be updated in the given formats, and how the professional development of the non-teaching staff can be improved by conducting the various programs, which is going to be an important role in the AQAR criteria 6, and significance of IQAC in all aspects, which is very major one to have update all the details of the QLMs and QNMs in the criteria 6. Thank you all for the detailed session on criteria 6, ma'am.
And yes, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. Dear participants, now we have the second session. So, Banu sir. Hello, Banu sir. Yeah, shall we start the second session, sir? Okay, let me introduce the today's second session speaker. Mr. A. Banu Prasad is working as Associate Professor in Department of CSC at Vardhaman College of Engineering, Hyderabad. He secured his ME from Satyabama Deemed University, Chennai. He is in teaching profession for more than 20 years. He taught various computer science courses and guided more than 30 BTech and MTech projects. He has presented and published more than 30 papers in national, international journals and conferences and symposiums. His main area of research includes data science, AI and ML, and education system. During his career, he gained administrative experience by working as head of the IT department. He also gained additional duties experience by being in charge for various things like institutional infrastructure, computer center, chairman for sports and games committee, co-convener for cultural committees, convener for purchase committee, and is a member for library committee. These are the very few to name. And he witnessed 5 times NBA accreditation inspection and 3 times NAAC accreditation process. With his vast experience, he has given invited talks on NAAC and NBA accreditation process. So with this brief introduction, now I am handovering the session to Mr. A. Banu Prasad. Sir, please. Share your screen, sir.
Sorry, am I audible?
Yes, sir. Your screen is also visible, sir.
1 second. Is my voice audible now? Hello?
Sir,
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
Okay, thank you. Wow, that's what a very good session by the previous speakers according to the criterion 1, 2, 3, and 6. Okay, so and now we are moving into the criterion 4, infrastructure and learning resources. So before actually going to this, let us see the key indicators like physical facilities, library as a learning resource, IT infrastructure, and 4.4 maintenance of computer infrastructure, campus infrastructure. So is it visible now, the slide which I have displayed? So can anyone tell what that particular image is showing? What does this depicts? What does this depicts?
On body.
Yeah.
It was visible, sir. It's fine.
Yeah. Yeah. Can anyone tell what these two are representing?
Sir, for audience, the mic has been disabled, sir.
Okay.
So
you
want to
please
interact
carry
with
on,
them? No, sir. If it possible, I will change
No
this.
need, no need. You can also tell. You can also tell. You can tell.
We are allocated budget. Sir,
So these two.
we are,
Okay, let me continue. Okay, let me continue. So it is seen like a soul and a body. Among these two, if you make a understanding, which is important, you say some say soul, some say body, but both are important. Until now, with all the criteria, it's like intangible, not touchable, or they are all highlights of the institution. But if they want to perform, they need a body. they need physical resources. Same way, budget and expenses. Budget is which we make it a temporary side, but expenses is the real part. So even though our criteria 4 is a small one, but it fetches 100 marks where it is the live. When an expert comes, he sees the live thing. So we should be very careful how best we can project our live scenarios, which we call them as infrastructure and learning resources. Coming to the first key indicator, physical facilities, 4.1. We have 4.1.1, which is QLM, the writing part. The institution has adequate infrastructure and physical facilities for teaching, learning, classrooms, laboratories, computing equipments, etc. As I said, we need very, very important part for the soul, which is our body. Then only the soul can work. Same way, to make it teaching effective, we need resources, physical resources. So the metrics have been given like QLM to describe the facilities for teaching learning as per the minimum requirement in 200 words. And file description, upload any additional information and paste the link for additional information. In this 200 description words, what we can do, what we can upload is that the summarized details of the subsequent metrics under criteria 4. As we have seen, we have 4 metrics. All these 4 metrics summarized values can be put into this particular 1.1, 4.1.1, where you can describe the comparison of what actually the statutory bodies like AICT or UGC or affiliated university has been prescribed and what actually the institution is available with the percentage. Most of them who are undergoing the inspections, they know the minimum requirement of the land and the total built up area. So built up area is divided into 4 sections, which is instructional area INA, administrative area IDA, amenities area AMA, and 25% of these 3 fetches the circulation area. So this is where the actual physical resources can be projected. As well, we can also see it is just like teaching and classroom. Teaching is a process. It is non-volatile. It is volatile, means when the expert comes, he cannot see the real thing. But classrooms are the real one, where actually the process is being done. The event halls, laboratories, computing facilities, all these can be shown with the summary table. And as well, we also have the another metric important regarding to library. So those details can be given in a crispy way in about the library. As well, we have the e-content development, studio room details can be given. So all these within max of 200 words. Earlier it used to be 500, now it has been reduced to 200. So 200 words description can be given here. Coming to the file description upload, we can upload the document containing facilities table, which contains the number of classrooms, the administrative area and built-up areas, the laboratories and computing facilities and library details. And he also given regarding to links. We can give link with respect to our institutional website link, which will navigate to the infrastructure facilities. Many website institutes maintain website compulsorily, and they give the gallery of photographs. Some, the advanced way, they give the 360 degrees view. They make it as an institute tour. and some they export some facilities videos, and all these can be navigated, and we can paste the link for the additional information. This fetches the overall summary of the subsequent metrics. So now we will go in depth of one by one. So 4.1.2 is about facilities for cultural activities, yoga, sports and games, indoor and outdoor, including gymnasium, yoga center, auditorium, etc. We have a saying, strong mind in a strong body. Yes, it is true. To make our mind and body to work, we need good institutional facilities which are not only related to our curriculum, we need co-curricular activities, extracurricular activities, and supporting activities. So under this, it is also a QLM for 200 words. We can summarize the details of all the sports and games facilities. We can describe about the fest, the technical fest. We can describe about the cultural, traditional. So in Telangana, we do the Batkama festival or Dasara, or depending on your, India is really a good nation with different traditions and cultures. So in those areas or colleges, you can make the students to adapt to the cultures. And same way, annual day celebrations, where the hidden talents can be grabbed out, and sports and tournaments. Here we can have a document to be uploaded, which describes a small details regarding to any national, state, or international level achievements done by the students. Since it is about sports, we should have at least a time slot in the timetable. Many of the colleges will provide it. Same way, it is asked for to execute, to write about the user rate. So that's why if you have the timetable slot, definitely students will go to the playgrounds or utilize the opportunities. In many colleges, there are having the committee for the sports advisory. I used to be chairman for that, being a good sportsman. So we, with the management support, we used to have and having the physical facilities, even a good flooded, lighted ground, cricket ground, football, volleyball, basketball, all these facilities. So depending on the college, we can expose those availability. Since we have to take this new word, geo-tagged pictures, because all the others are being highlights. When the expert committee comes, we can show it as a highlight. But these are all the real things. And with the past experience, bitter experience faced by the expert committee, they upload the other colleges' facilities, and when the real committee comes, they were unable to find it. So that's why they're asking to upload the physical facilities with geo-tagged pictures. So under geo-tagged pictures, take snapshots of all the sports facilities with GPS location. And we can describe about yoga also, gymnasium and yoga, which is nowadays the great achievement for yoga day, the international wide it is happening. And you can upload, it has been asked for the year of establishment of every individual facilities regarding to indoor or outdoor. So it has been asked for year of establishment. So you can prepare a table which has the number of grounds or courts or fields with respect to SQM or SFT area and year of establishment. We can also describe under the sports committee minutes of meeting and how much budget has been given to them, the augmentation, So every time, since it is physical facilities, you can upload all the available, but every year you have to increase your budget on the sports facilities. And the same thing, it's asked for paste link for additional information. So we can have the institute website link navigating to sports and games, which gives the indoor and outdoor facilities or 360 degrees view or tour or videos, whichever. And here you can have the students' achievements, either participated or won some medals or prizes in the inter-college competitions, tournaments, or university or state level or national wide or international wide. So this is really a student stuff where the facilities are must to be provided. Next comes the QNM, quantitative metric, the number of classrooms and seminar halls with ICT enabled facilities. As Abdul Kalam said, every blackboard makes the student's life bright. So it is the place where the actual deciding factor of the student life or future can be predicted. So it is asked for data requirement for the year, the academic year wise, and number of classrooms and seminar halls put together. So we can include classrooms which are with LCD, means multimedia projectors, and a classroom should be provided with Wi-Fi or LAN facilities, internet. Some classrooms may be smart classrooms and interactive boards. So these smart classrooms are different from the normal classrooms where AICTE requires. Apart from the normal classrooms, department should have at least one smart classroom with interactive boards, means interactive panels. Okay, and these should have LMS facilities also, the learning management system facilities. And the seminar halls, where this is also an instructional area facility, where experts committee or experts, subject experts, teachers, or give some inspiration regarding to a particular domain or a concept. And there you should have the ICT facilities, information communication technology facilities. So under the file description, it is asked to upload any additional information. Here you can write the tabular form, the list of number of classrooms, BTech wise, MTech wise, MBA, depending on the institution, they are running with the degrees of programs, the seminar halls and smart classrooms. So we can have the link navigated to the website where there could be a gallery of classrooms, boardrooms, auditoriums, conference rooms, etc. So here it is asked for data template to upload, where it is the percentage of classrooms and seminar halls with ICT enabled facilities such as smart class or LMS, etc. for the current year details. So if you see here, the number, we can make the room number, the name of the classroom, whether it is a classroom or a seminar hall or conference hall or auditorium, which are used for instructional. And the type of ICT facility, you can use here the LCD multimedia projector or LAN facility or Wi-Fi facility, interactive boards, speakers, mics and speakers, and LMS facilities. All these can be included under this column. And these to be taken geo-tagged photographs. And every classroom, outside the classroom, we can take a photograph, and inside the multimedia projector and a faculty can be taught, and it could be taken a photograph, and both could be collated and can be given for every room. Just don't put an empty classroom, rather make it a lively thing so that a particular faculty is teaching with all the facilities available. and collate them, and you can have the link here. But some advanced facilities can be given in workshops or laboratories. So those are not to be considered. So laboratories and workshops are not to be included in the classrooms or the ICT facilities. Even though you have, most of the computer related laboratories will have them, but they are not included in the data template. That's about the 4.1.3. Next comes 1.4. Sir, are you able to follow? Any reply from the audience? Hope so. Hello? Arna ma'am?
Sir, it is audible, sir. Please continue.
Okay, thank you. So moving on to the next Q&M. That is what we have seen, budget and expenses. Budget is just a number, but expenditure is what we call the real. Okay, so budget and expenditure should reflect the values, priorities, and aspirations of our institution and stakeholders.
Sir, sorry to disturb you, sir.
Yeah, please.
Sir, is this manual belongs to 2019, sir?
2021, sir.
There is no 4, 1.2, 1.3, 1.4. It seems like it's a manual, sir. There is no 4.1.3. There is only 4.1, sir.
Under 4.1, we have 4 metrics, sir. 1.1,
Yes.
1.2, 1.3.
Almost all are kept in one metric, sir. They have reduced the number of metrics, sir, in the recent 22 manual.
Okay, let
Is
me
this correct?
check it.
Because in the present criteria, 4.1 physical facilities, sir.
Yes.
They have given only 2, sir. They have measured even ICT facility, gym, yoga center, everything.
Yes.
They have not asked for any ICT enabled classrooms information. 4.1.1 is facilities, 4.1 is expenditures. There are only 2 metrics, it seems, sir. Can you please clarify this, sir?
Yes, sir. Okay, sir. Anyway, we will complete this and we'll come to that and we'll clarify that, sir.
Sir, good evening, sir. Sir, this 4.1.3, 1.4, it is there in the autonomous manual, sir.
Yes. I'm talking about autonomous manual
Autonomous
and
manual.
affiliated.
Yes, sir.
Okay, sir. Thanks.
Right. So I think you might have seen in the universities part. We're talking
No, sir.
about
I'm
autonomous affiliated.
Affiliated college, sir.
Okay, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
So under the autonomous, we have the 4 metrics. Right. So as we said, and coming to 4.1.4 about the expenditure. So we have the infrastructure augmentation, excluding salary. Augmentation is only where it is being expended for that academic year or the financial year. The previous expenditure will not get into this. So expenditure for infrastructure augmentation, budget allocated, year of allocation, and total expenditure excluding salary should be posted, where budget is, as we know, the budget is being posted by the principal, the head of the institution. The budget allocation document can be uploaded. And once it is expended, it is to be certified by the authoritative chartered accountant. So those are to be uploaded with highlighting the audited income and expenditure statement. So we can also upload in the form of table every year wise the expenditure on the augmentation of infrastructure. So here it is only about infrastructure augmentation. And in the website, it is asked to upload the institutional website about all the ITR form 5.
Excuse me, Banu sir.
Yes, please, sir. Please, ma'am.
So small clarity, 4.1.4 is there for both autonomous as well as affiliated colleges, as per AQAR guidelines of NAAC, as per 21-22 guidelines.
Yes, I have seen in the website also under NAAC. It is available for PG and UG.
Yeah. 4.1.4 is there for both autonomous as well as affiliated colleges as per 21-22 guidelines AQAR.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am, for the clarification. So that's what under this expenditure, since it is QNM, it is asked to update the data template. So this is to be avoided not to include the recurring expenditure on the laboratory or maintenance of infrastructure and acquisition of books and journals under this metric. So these will be given under different metrics that we'll come to know. So 4.1.4 is linked up with, earlier it used to be different, but it's been linked up with 4.1.4 and 4.4.1. So we'll see that particular table when we go to 4.4.1 regarding to maintenance of infrastructure. So coming to the next criteria, once we have done with the all physical facilities, infrastructure for the instructional, we also have where knowledge is most importantly, not only in the classrooms, but by self-learning. That is what OBE says. Rather than teacher-centric, we have moved to student-centric. So student just don't learn only from the faculty or in the classroom. It should be given more facilities other than the classroom, which we call them as library. So in the library, again, it is the digital world. Everything is being digitized in the new millennium. So it is expected to have every library with automated ILMS, integrated library management system. So the data requirement is to provide the description of the library with name of ILMS software, nature of automation, full or partial, and the version and the year of automation, when it is being renewed or for what period of time. So it is a QLM. So it is asked to describe the library ILMS for 200 words. So in that we can include the description of the building or room about the library, the ILMS version, and the summarized values of the titles, volumes, electronic and print journals, the subscriptions, the memberships, access of e-resources, the kiosk for biometric attendance, internet facility in the library given, the IT facilities like for the photo prints and for the faculty or the staff to be used. The digital library nowadays, it is most important. Everything is online, websites are available, NPTEL data is available. So digital library is becoming more predominantly used by the students. So to maintain all this, CC cameras also are very important for surveillance. And as there is a change in new environment from the students coming from intermediate to a new world of engineering. So the usage of library will be a new thing to them. Why? Because in most of the colleges of junior colleges, they won't have, and they don't have the time to go there. So there we have the pressure cooker study, but we need how to use the enlightenment to the students in the first year or whenever necessary. So user orientation programs can be taken up by the librarian, and those photographs can be uploaded. So in the file description to upload, we can have description specified in the above. with photographs and screenshots. And in the link, we can give the link navigating to the library facilities of the required from the required website, institute website. Next comes the e-resources. Institution has access to the following. It has given 6 majorly e-journals, Shodh Sindhu, Shodh Ganga membership, e-books, databases, and remote access to those e-resources available. Among these, he has also given some marks, like any one of the above. You can opt for A, B, C, D based on the number of resources we are procured. And the data requirement is details of the institutional membership in the other libraries, where not only developed by us, or we can make membership from other libraries. And details of those subscription can be uploaded. So that's what document as per subscription specified in the above with URLs, photographs of or screenshots of the respective navigated link can be given, and all these facilities can be uploaded. So it is having a data template 4.2.2, which is linked with 4.2.3, the expenditure. So after that, we can discuss both of it. Coming to the next is, to maintain all this, it's not a simple matter. Apart from our regular facilities of classrooms, library is also playing a major role for the students. So expenditure on purchase of books, e-books, subscription journals, all year-wise and in Indian rupee in lakhs. So here also same, expenditure on purchase of books and e-books, expenditure on subscription of journals and e-journals, month and year of expenditure can be given, where there to upload the provide the consolidated fund allocation towards the infrastructure it's been duplicated. Okay, so the audited information can be given here. And yes, so the benchmark of the number of lakhs which is been given by the institution, as we know, it is ranging from points ranges from 0 to 4. So 0, 1, 2, less than 2 lakhs, 2 to 6, 6 to 8, 8 to 10, and greater than or equal to 10 lakhs, you can fetch 4 marks. So the template has the library resources. It is the combination of, earlier it is individual, now it is the combination of 2 data template, 2.2 and 2.3. The books and journals which are printed, and e-journals, e-books, Shodh Sindhu, Shodh Ganga, and databases. And few has the local and remote access to library resources. So some universities may have access to the outside of the campus, but few affiliated or autonomous colleges will have access not only to the library, but also to the entire campus. So if such, we can give the link for the document, and we can have the expenditure on the subscription to all the e-journals. The money has been fetched, and depending on this amount expended, the respective criteria benchmark will be awarded. So this could be with every year, and total, this is not for 1 year, it is for the entire. The total could be given with 10 lakhs or more. Not about the infrastructure, it is about the inside, the facilities. So whenever we upload, see that it is ranging from, it accumulates to 10 lakhs or 8, depending on your requirement. So moving to the last metric of under library, usage of library. Yes, it is important. Having facility is not important, but seriously, nowadays, students and teachers are unable to go to the real time or really or lively available resources in the library. Of course, thanks to internet or e-resources, we are able to do it at anywhere, but motivate students and faculty to come to the library. So that's why most of the colleges will have a time slot in the timetable, at least one period in a week. So here the data requirement is upload the number of teachers and students using the library per day during the year and the number. So that's what upload the first page of accession register and method of computing per day usage of library. Earlier we used to have the data template. Now it is not necessary. So as they also felt that when it is been after Corona, most of the faculty and students are learning from the electronic media. So, and it is accessible everywhere. So this metric is now not having the data template. And so number of users using the library through e-access and the library usage by teachers and students. So average is given by the total number of teachers and students on every working day for all the working days, total number of working days. So you can calculate it. This is related with the part A of the information, institutional information, where we have already given the student number of students. But we have to also upload the data. It could be in different way. As I said, there could be a kiosk or a biometric attendance system, or there could be a log register, or there could be a digital library using. So all these can be categorized and they can be accumulated as users. We can also accumulate this with respect to the e-access, even though the teacher nowadays is not coming to the library mostly, but he is having accessibility to all the e-resources in his campus wherever he sits. So that also can be taken into consideration. That is what computing the per day usage of library. So that is why physical users as well as library through e-access. So both can be taken into consideration, and that's how we can increase the usage per day. Now we move on to the technology part. Yes, as most of the faculty had completed or been born and brought up before the millennium, 21st century, before it. But our techies, our students are born and brought up in the new millennium where technology raised them. So it is our responsibility to adapt for that. The computation, IT infrastructure is most important. So it is the QLM to ask for the facilities of all the IT related with the date and nature of updation within maximum of 200 words. So you can here write down what are all the IT facilities like computers, the Wi-Fi availability, the firewall availability. So you can have a computer center or data center room, and you can monitor all the computers, LAN connected or Wi-Fi connected, and how it functionalize all the administration as well as academic units, and how ERP available in the college can be described here. So you can summarize the document in a tabular form and you can upload. We can also give the description of a computer center or data center or server room, whatever we name it in different institutions. You can give a link to that and where all the facilities are being, information is being given. So that's about 4.3.1. Next is student computer ratio, that is also important nowadays. Every branch is having its wing to learn by the computer. So the year means every academic year, the number of students which is already been given in the starting, and number of computers to be now maintained, to be entered in this particular QNM 4.3.2. You have to upload the summarized document, yearly purchased computers, invoices or bills signed by the in charge of the particular wing or the head of the institution. You can upload them. Earlier we used to have data template, but now it is not included. We have, based on the UG and PG, the computer ratio is 1:5 and 1:6. So if we maintain 1:25, it is 0. So if we maintain 1:5 to 1:10, in between we get 3. And if we maintain greater than or equals to 1.5, we are happy being computer center in charge earlier. So we are maintaining nearly 1:2, where our computers are, our students are 4,000 and 4,000 plus, and computers are 2,300. So of course, we can also segregate this with respect to computers used by student and administration purpose. Then, as I said, in the library, we have all e-resources. NPTEL is been booming, MOOCs is been exploring in high, and faculty are uploading their lectures. So in order to download them or to learn from e-resource, internet is must. As given with ABCD greater than or equal to 50 Mbps. So this document they could not change still. I'm worried. As per AICTE, based on the intake of 1200 or 1200 intake plus, you should have 1000 Mbps, 1 Gbps. Thanks to Corona, internet usage has been increased in the colleges. But still, so most of the colleges are lucky, they'll get A grade, greater than or equal to 50 Mbps. Right, coming to the details to upload, the bandwidth available. You can upload the bills or invoices of the bandwidth. So most of the institutions maintain single bandwidth with 1000 Mbps. Some they maintain primary and secondary bandwidth also. Even though we have the technology, we cannot always depend on the particular. So it is better to have the secondary bandwidth or leisure line or dedicated, whichever we say. We can upload the screenshot of the bandwidth shown in the computer with the respective IP address provided. Even though it is a small one, but it is most important to make our teaching learning process more sophisticated way. So there is no data template applicable here in this metric. Coming to the last, under IT infrastructure, as we said, it has changed. The teaching has changed from chalk and talk to flipped classroom or activity based. So nowadays, faculty are uploading their video lectures. So to make it more sophisticated, it has been asked for e-content development in media center or audio visual center or lecture capturing system, mixing equipments and software for editing. So the options are, if we all have the 4, then A, or you can opt for if we have at least 3 or 2 or 1 and none of the above. So that's what we maintain, studio room or whatever name you give, video lecture room or studio room. So you can upload all the documents, the purchasing bills and software usage facilities. And you can give the links to the video lectures developed and resources developed by the faculty, and links navigating to the video lectures uploaded in the other databases. Of course, nowadays, AICTE has given flexibility not only to IITs, it has given to most reputed colleges and universities to upload and to be part of NPTEL or MOOCs or in open platforms. So having studio room gives more credibility for the faculty and students to, even though they miss the class, they can download or go through the resources. So here it is asked for the data template. So the name of the teacher and what module he developed and the platform on which he developed and date of launching the e-content and the respective link available in the institution or all the list of e-content development facilities available and the link to the videos of the media center and recording facilities. Of course, nowadays, most colleges are looking ahead to develop this type of facility also. Next, coming to the last criteria, last metric, the key indicator 4.4 is about the maintenance. Yes, since it is about physical facility and we are using it, we have to maintain them. That's what it is asked for, augmentation or maintenance of the physical and academic support facilities, excluding salary component. So the academic year and the lakhs amount expended. This is the QLM. It's not QLM, QNM. So one second. Right. So it is related with the data template. As we said, the data template with the 4.1.4 and 4.4.1. So it is the expenditure of infrastructure augmentation. So budget allotted for the augmentation 4.1.4 and the expenditure for the physical facility, the civil works or the inside laboratory or sports and games, all these comes under this. And to maintain them, the academic facilities and physical facilities maintenance will come under 4.4.1. The total expenditure exclusively for facilities can be added up and given in this, and every year wise you can accumulate it. And if you see here the augmentation greater than or equal to 35 lakhs, you can have 4. And as I said, to maintenance, again, we don't just have, even though we have a facility, it is to be maintained properly. So that's what. Take care of your body. It's the only place your soul have to live. So all the things even though we are rightly and properly teaching learning process are utilizing, but annual maintenance is most important. So we have to establish the standard operating procedures and should be uploaded in the websites of the regular respective institutions. So you can have the uploads of the document of institution policy for the maintenance. The maintenance could be with respect to building plans, the architecture signatures, land conversion certificates, the fire safety certificate, sanitization certificate, disaster safety, hygiene certificate. If the colleges are maintaining transport, the transport facilities, fitness certificates, and if the fire extinguishers annual maintenance. Most importantly, nowadays, power backup is also important for computer labs or the buildings. So UPS and generators maintenance, all annual maintenance can be taken annually or the academical wise or the calendar year wise, and they are all to be uploaded in this. So these are all the maintenance of campus infrastructure. And as Charles Darwin said, it is not the strongest nor intelligent species that survives. It is the one that is most adaptable to change. So we still, most of the faculty or the are been developing the world scenarios, but students are coming from corporate schools where sophisticated facilities are being given. So we have to make our bride more beautiful when the expert committee or our students comes. So that's what, if we are ahead of the technology creativity, definitely we will be in the race, or else we cannot. If we are unable to adapt to the change of technology, we'll definitely miss the race. Thank you for your patience listening, and it's open now for the question and answers.
Dear participants, any more queries, please?
Yeah, that's what I said. It is most important. All other criteria can be shown as highlights, but this criteria should be shown live. The expert committee, the document whichever we are uploading will be definitely seen physically. So it is the responsibility, whoever is dealing with this criteria should be cautious about the things. We cannot say it has happened. It is live to be available and can be seen by the experts. Any queries?
Yeah, Banu sir.
Yeah, please, ma'am.
Yeah, with due respect, I just want to clarify regarding one of the participant has asked
Yes.
about that is
Yes.
4.1.4 is not there in AQR. Actually, as per the guidelines of 21-22, 4.1.3 and 4.1.4 are there for AQR as per the guidelines of 21-22. But as the participant said, so that is about recently NAAC disclosed the benchmarks for universities, autonomous colleges and affiliated colleges. And the SSR manual, that is self-study manual, they have removed 4.1.3 and 4.1.4. They have kept only 4.1.1 and 4.1.2. But for AQR, now what the workshop we are going, we are presenting the workshop. So 4.1.4 is there. With the due respect, I'm just giving clarification.
Yeah, are you able to see the website?
you, madam.
Yeah, just now I have
verified. Yes, madam. I verified
please.
2022 manual, madam. 2022 manual. So
yes,
NAAC
sir.
has released a new manual both for affiliated colleges as well as autonomous colleges.
Yeah, that is SSR manual. NAAC has released it, sir, not AQR.
Okay, madam. That's what my point is actually. I wanted to clarify.
Yeah, it's okay, sir. With pleasure, sir.
I want to make it. So that's what AQAR is for the, not for the new one, which is already having, and we are going to upload it year wise. So until now, AQAR is not been modified.
Okay, so only SSR has been modified, it seems.
Yes. So for the new applied colleges, they will be going with that. Since we are being confined with AQAR, we are still with that particular.
Thank you, madam. Thanks for the clarification.
Yeah, you're most welcome, sir. So any more queries from the participants? So shall we conclude?
Yes, ma'am. If no queries, it's only one thing, whether they might have understood full. The same, the other way. Yes, thank you for your. I thank the IQAC cell for giving me an opportunity to enlighten all the participants about the criteria 4 in the AQAR NAAC, and thanks to the principal and management for conducting such type of FDPs nationwide. Thank you.
Oh, okay, sir. Before concluding the session, let me take privilege to give vote of thanks. On behalf of the entire audience, I would like to express our sincere gratitude for sharing your valuable insights on criteria 4 of NAAC AQAR on infrastructure, physical this session, a success. Your speech shed light on the importance of infrastructure in higher education institutions and the need to meet the quality parameters set by NAAC. And you highlighted the crucial role of infrastructure, learning resources, in library resources, physical resources, and IT infrastructure in providing a conducive environment for learning and research, which ultimately contribute to the overall development of the institute as well as students. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for all the audience. Maybe taken few minutes. Thanks for your patience.
Now the session will wind up. Thank you, everyone.